Good evening, everyone. Thank you again so much for tuning in to the Real Deal Fam Network. I'm Andre. This is my beautiful wife, Essie.
Hello. Oh my God, there's so many things over here. I have to find my sign.
Oh, yes, the boss is back. Thank y'all again so much for tuning in. And before we get into it, if y'all could, and we thank you so much for your continued support, if you would hit that subscription button as well as that notification bell so that you can be the first ones to get the videos as we produce them. Also, if you could, give us a thumbs up. We would really appreciate it.
Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Tonight, we want to get into something a little bit different. We're going into 10 things that she had to get me to change. 10
Girl,
products.
I had to help him out.
10 products I was using, man. And when she met me, she was like, "That you can't keep using that kind of stuff." So
I mean, you just using the products and working yourself to death.
yeah, but they was cheap, so
I told you.
yeah. So before I met her, I was more of a generic man, so I was trying to cut back and save, and she brought me to the light. And the first product I want to introduce to you is a Coca-Cola I used to buy. That was
Oh my God.
it's generic, but it tastes good.
Now this is great when you have a large get together or you are on a budget, but it was just me and him. So I mean, why can't you just go for the classic?
Yeah, that's well. If you look at it, this much soda pop compared to that much soda pop, same price.
I know, but as soon as you open that one up, it's flat. Like literally an hour later, so
Well,
you got syrup.
You gotta try to consume it quick.
Oh my God!
But that was what I mean. She got on me bad, man. I tried to offer her something, she just wouldn't take it. She was like, "No, bro."
That's not that bad, but I mean, if it's just some syrup, I'll pass. I'd rather have Kool-Aid.
Yeah. When I went to her parents' house to visit for the first time, they had a garage full of Coca-Cola. I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
He was
like
in heaven.
it's
Sitting
like
there just drinking the drink. I'm like, honey, it ain't. You got to stretch it out.
yeah, it was like Fort Knox in there, man. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is heaven."
Oh my God!
But yeah, she finally got me off, and we converted over to Coke after I sat there and drunk.
we buy this for our children, not for ourselves.
Yeah, it's like them old Czech sodas you used to have at the cookout. So cheap, but it was good when it was lasted. But my wife turned me on to the Coke.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is a very generic. You probably don't want to cut back on this, but I did. It's that cheap toothpaste you get. 99 cents get you a whole big thing and lasts a good week or so.
I mean, Ultra Bright is pretty good, but if you could go ahead and get you some products that have some whitening in it and a little bit more grit.
Yeah, if you want to keep her around, you'll convert over to that. So it paid to convert over to the Crest. So, but I mean, man, that thing costs almost 3 times as much, maybe 4 times as much.
Mm-hmm. It just keeps your teeth white. When you keep brushing with the toothpaste that doesn't have any whitening in it, and it does say whitening, it just doesn't have enough whitening in it. Your teeth start turning yellow even though you're brushing your teeth every day. Like, what's going on?
This is true. Some things you just shouldn't cut back on, but I ain't have my wife to tell me, so I was just being cheap. But you definitely don't want to cut back on that. That's a product that made me convert pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And to go along with my cheap toothpaste, of course, I had to have a generic cheap toothbrush.
500 cheap toothbrushes.
They disposable, man.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. All these cheap toothbrushes, which is fine, but if you really want to get the grit off your teeth, you have to just go with an electric toothbrush. They work so good.
Yeah, it's night and day difference between using an electrical toothbrush and the old manual ones. I mean, once I tried that, it was over. It wasn't even close. But the cost is substantially more. But in the long run, you're gonna save on oral health and all that type of thing. So once you introduced that to me, I was like, oh yeah, that's a deal.
Yeah, and it's not just like the $5 ones that you pick up. It's you gotta invest in the real, toothbrush like the Sonicare ones or the little bit higher end ones. But they even have the knockoff ones. It's just you just need an electric toothbrush.
Yeah. Don't skim on that, now. I came to the light on that one as well.
Yeah, your teeth just feel so clean after.
Yeah, but and to follow up on that, I used the old school chapstick. It worked great for me, but every time she tried it, she was like, "You got some chapstick I can borrow?" So I let her borrow.
That whenever you use that chapstick, your lips just keep getting drier and drier.
That's true.
Yeah, so not necessarily just this specific brand, but a natural chapstick made with either coconuts, cocoa butter, or shea butter, or any natural oil. Just keeps your lips moist without having to put it on constantly all day.
Yeah, because some people are allergic to that petroleum jelly that's typically placed inside the chapstick. So it didn't bother me at all. But like I said, when she would come over, she'd ask me, "You got some chapstick or something?" She was like,
trying to kiss all on me and stuff. I'm like, "I'm breaking up."
She's like, "That stuff cheap. Get some good stuff." So I came to the light on that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now I did love, and I still continue to love, even though it's not as expensive, the Dial antibacterial soap.
I mean, well, you got Dial, which is awesome. They actually recommend that when my son had surgery to bathe him in Dial prior. But in our family, we did use Irish Spring. I would say I like Dial better than Irish Spring. The Irish Spring kind of dries you out. They both do. And so, but Dial at least kills all the, like, especially if you have any, like eczema or anything. If you use an antibacterial soap, it'll help clear it out. And then you need to use a natural lotion to kind of seal it back in.
That's true. But when like I said, I went to a parents' house and they had that garage full of Coca-Cola. They also had a cabinets full of Irish Spring. I was like,
Irish Spring?
It smelled good, but man, that stuff dry you out.
Fresh for you.
Yes, it's for our African skin, it just didn't do too swell, you know. So I still continue to use the old antibacterial Dial soap. It still moisturizes and cleans, just like you say. The doctor recommended it pre-surgery, so I think it's a great soap.
I recommended Dial on that. Yeah, he got me.
She didn't win them all.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I did use a ton of washing the dishes with that Ajax.
Don, you only need a little tiny drop, and the dishes are all clean. I got to use a whole bottle of that to wash the dishes, and he ain't washing them. I gotta wash them. So I'm like, no, I need some Dawn.
Now that's true. Now I said, whoa, I only spent a few dollars on the Ajax, but I used so much of it. She has a small bottle of that, and she was like, it might cost a little bit more, but man, you ain't gonna have to use nowhere near the amount. So it actually is cheaper because you use less of that than of this to do the same job.
Well, these two bottles cost about the same, about 98 cents.
Right.
But this is lasts at least twice as long as that. Because I only need a few drops, and then I'm all in there.
But if you're in a pinch, just mix them together. That's all you got to do, man. Stretch it out. So, hey, when it's tight, it's tight.
Oh, my goodness.
But I had to put down that Ajax. Now, one thing, she was able to convert me very easy.
He used to break out.
Yes. I used to have bad cases of eczema, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me. I would go to the doctor. I was like, what's going on? They prescribed me that.
This is when he was being cheaper than cheap. He wasn't using Dial then. He was just using cheap.
Yeah, so they would prescribe the topical steroid to put on it, and it would get better. And then I would continue to use that cheap lotion along with cheap soap. And man, that is not good. Like I say, for that African American skin, we need moisturizer and conditioner. Mm-hmm. And this cheap lotion, my wife came around and she brought me to the light. She told me, you got to change that lotion.
Yeah, typically you have to use all natural lotion, and it has to have some kind of shea butter in it and cocoa butter. It has to have vitamin E and nutrients. This one, we love this one. It's called Terre Profume Moroccan Argan Oil Body Lotion. And I mean, it wasn't that expensive. I think we got it at one of Marshall's or Ross or something. But I always like this one, or Bell's, and
one of the discount stores.
It was like $6, but this is an awesome brand. Any natural lotions will work better for you than the ones that have chemicals in it, especially if you have sensitive skin.
Yeah, and definitely, if you, like she said, if you have sensitive skin or eczema, anything like that, man, those oils really work it out.
You need a lotion and an oil on top of it.
Yeah, stay away from that cheap stuff, man. I learned the hard way.
But cheap stuff's like water; it just evaporates out. It just evaporates off your back ashy.
Yeah, she told me that. She's like, man, you buy that cheap stuff, you get so much in terms of quantity, but the quality isn't there, so you have to continue to use it over and over again, so you ain't really saved.
Honey, I don't know what's wrong with this lotion. Like, put some on.
Yeah, so I always listen when your wife recommends some good lotion, man. Go with that, I'm telling you. Oh, man, that one thing I had bad issues with, just like lotion. Same thing.
Oh, my God.
Cheap deodorant.
You gotta take the cap off of it.
Oh, okay. Not only, I don't think it was so much as the deodorant was cheap, but any type of, roll-ons and things like that, where the deodorant comes out and it's really watery and moist like that, it goes underneath the arms, man, it really messed me up. And I was having eczema constantly coming underneath the armpits and on the side.
You know, like when you're back in the old days when your mom used to sell Avon and she would come back with a big roll of deodorant.
The worst.
As soon as you put it on, you start sweating.
They always give you a couple bottles extra. I was like, I wasn't musky before I put it on.
You gotta walk around with your arms up about 5 minutes trying to let it dry, then you just start sweating. Yeah, that's what he was using. But we started turning them on to Degree. And, you know, there's a whole bunch of natural deodorants that are good as well. But Degree, especially the white stick, works really good. Not so much the gels, they make you sweat kind of, but the dry stick. So we're trying to go towards more natural, but in the meantime, Degree is pretty good. Yeah,
it for now it works great. It's like she said, it goes on dry. It doesn't create that moist sense under their arms, which kind of trigger your cells to go ahead and start producing more and more moisture. So that works great. I haven't had any issues with that. Mm-hmm. But like my wife said, we'll try to find us a more natural product in the future.
Right.
And also, I think in the previous video, she mentioned something about some pots or something that I had she wanted to get. But they was horrible. They was absolutely garbage. But I tried to do all my cleaning of all my utensils and everything with the old magic eraser, the cheap ones. Yeah, she told me, go with the Mr. Cleans. You're going to use them. And the moment I started cleaning with these, they would always tap. So I had to use like 3 or 4 of them just to get the job done.
Yeah, you get 2 things in there, but you get only about to do about 2-3 projects with it and it's disintegrated. At least with this one, you could do about 4 or 5 projects with one thing.
That's true. And so like this theme is the same. Although you get more, you're still getting less.
Working harder.
Yes. So she converted me over with that real easy. I was working myself to death and them things was tearing up left and right.
Mr. Clean with some soft scrub that cleans your teeth out.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. You got to try it. And then lastly, product I used was the cheapest dryer sheets I could find in the store. The Breezes. Yeah.
Bounce. I mean, not just the dryer sheets, but laundry detergent.
Oh, man. We ain't even gonna go into that.
Oh, my God. Dollar Tree laundry detergent. I mean, if you got to buy it, you got to buy it. But if you don't and you got the money, just spend a little bit extra to get you something, you know, some good quality gain, a Tide, a Bounce, make your stuff smell a little fresh and fresh.
Yeah, these the old traditional brands, the Bounce, the Gains. They make the clothes smell terrific. Like I said, I was using this cheaper brand here for a while. It gives you the illusion that it's making the clothes fresher, but you got to put like 3-4 sheets in there, man.
Yeah, they smell good for, you know, as soon as you take them out. But then after that, when you start folding them up, the scent's gone. Yeah. You want them to go in your drawer, at least last for a day or 2, so you can put on your shirt and be like...
Yes, you want to be fresh, man. Static free. Not shocking everybody that bump up against you. But those were 10 products that my wife told me. She was like, man, you got to change. Them things are hideous. And over time, it worked out perfect. She introduced those other products to me. It's been smooth sailing ever since.
Well, we got one other product that,
Excuse me.
although it's cheap, it's effective. Dollar Tree pregnancy test.
We find out about.
Oh my God.
We used to use the expensive ones, but the last 2 kids, we went Dollar Tree on the. I was hoping they wasn't working. They was inaccurate, but they right on the money.
Yeah, the pregnancy test can run you all the way up to about $20 if you feel like you want the nice one, you know, the clear blue or whatever. And so they did, if you're trying to get pregnant and you're a married couple, you got to keep buying it month after month and see. That's what, $20 pop. Oh my goodness. So we went through the Dollar Tree and found that they had a pregnancy test, and then we're like, oh my God, it can't be. Let's just test it out. And that was we came back pregnant.
Yeah, like we said, they was accurate every time. So even at the very least, if you want to just use it for screening, if it come back positive, if you want to have more certainty, you can go out and buy one of the more expensive ones or go see a doctor, what have you.
Right, but this is just a good prelude. Hey, let me just throw this. Let me just take real quick $1.
Yeah, as soon as you
work.
They keep them in the aisle, so as soon as you check it out, you can reach right over and
They
grab
even have
one.
ovulation tests.
Oh
my God. Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes that's one of the products that the cheap one
He turned me to the cheap one.
Yeah, is a better value than the more expensive one. So sometimes it does work like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But we thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. If you find products like that, please share them in the comment. That might be a little bit less expensive, but work just great for you.
Yes, we don't care about the price. We just want quality.
Right. So, like we said, we can save $1. At least I can. I'm definitely all for it.
Oh, my God.
But thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate the support. Again, please subscribe, share, and like. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much.
Good night.